Hold up.
Hey guys, hope you are all having a fantastic day. Today I want to talk about two things in particular. First and foremost, the main topic of discussion will be GameStop, and oh my god, do you guys need to wait and watch what I have to share with you guys because it exposes the exact scheme they used today to dip the price. Yes, we caught them red-handed again, and you have to see the evidence for yourself to believe it, so don't skip any part. However, we need to talk about what happened with AMC really quick first. In case you didn't see the news, AMC Entertainment signed privately negotiated exchange agreements under which it will be issuing about 23.38 million Class A common shares in exchange for $163.85 million principal amount for their notes due on 2026. Once again, AMC misses no opportunity to use any type of positive momentum to derive as much money as possible. I saw some people arguing this isn't dilution, which I found hilarious. AMC is issuing 23.3 million new shares. That means there are now a total of 295.59 million shares now, when there used to be only 271.28 million shares prior to this. This is quite literally the definition of dilution, and if you learn about the specifics of this, it's actually quite frustrating. They paid only a penny per share, and then turned around and immediately sold those shares and profited $23 million at the market. To summarize this, the debt holders made out with millions of dollars and AMC was diluted with shareholders losing out. I know people dislike me for pointing out the obvious. I was called out big time on my last AMC video where I talked about Adam Aron utilizing any upward momentum as an opportunity to squeeze cash, but the truth is this has become a very strong pattern. I am not even talking about this from the perspective of what this will do Moas, I am talking about this from the perspective of what it does to shareholders. This is an absolutely ruthless set of actions that continue to destroy the value of the company, limit upward potential and destroy shareholder trust. And again, this isn't me trying to hate on AMC, I love the theater chain. I just hate the fact that the board cannot come up with any other way to derive value outside of diluting over and over. It's at the point where AMC should get out of the movie business and focus entirely on second offerings because that's by far their most recurring tactic to generate funds. I wanted to point that out, make it clear that this indeed was dilution because I have seen way too many people doing mental gymnastics trying to convince others it wasn't. Before we start talking about GameStop, please help me keep GameStop and AMC trending. Drop a like on the video, let's continue to stay trending, and make a quick comment down below if you don't mind, it can be anything, just ensure to hashtag GME on it. Also, link to my Discord will be below. All the important GameStop and AMC conversations are taking place there, and we also have day trading alerts, we have educational content and a large investing community, all for free with the click of the Discord link. Alright, so I stumbled across an interesting news today. The world's most elite hedge funds Renaissance Technologies revealed that they built a GameStop stake from scratch during their last quarter. They owned 1 million shares of GameStop at the end of March, which at the time was worth around $13 million. GameStop moved up more than 400% during Tuesday's height, which means Rentech's stake moved from $13 million to $65 million. The stock price has obviously dipped to somewhere between $30 and $40 as of me making this video on Wednesday evening during the aftermarket hours. We still do not know if they are still holding the shares, we will have to wait until the next time they disclose their holdings. This can be interpreted in many ways, but one thing that seems pretty obvious is that the world's best performing hedge fund obviously sees a lot of value potential in GameStop if they're taking trades like that. It's funny that the corporate media is almost pleading people to sell off their GameStop investments while the best performing funds actually load up from time to time. Even if they don't believe in the short thesis itself, it is clear that they certainly believe in the volatility potential of GameStop, which the media is trying their hardest to downplay. They are pegging it all on the return of the Roaring Kitty. This is an attempt to avoid talking about the real reasons GameStop launched into the stratosphere. GameStop was already running a lot by the time the Roaring Kitty returned, but of course they won't address that. Just know that if the best are invested in GameStop, it must speak to the perceived value potential, which to me further raises my confidence in the investment. Now, this is the part where things are going to get really juicy, fellas, so do like a lesbian and strap on. I want to credit Mr. Oceanic89 for documenting these beautiful screenshots. I love the fact that he actually has a backlog of this. So, I want you guys to pay attention to the following pictures I'm about to show you, but in particular to the time and sales data. Look towards the right column of it, that's where the buying pressure is going. This is playing just right off the same 2021 playbook. The buying pressure is being circumvented over to the OTC markets, where they can offload and manipulate the buying volume and bring in synthetic shares to kill off the ability for the stock to move up. GameStop sold off significantly today in large part because a lot of traders were taking profits in the morning. However, that does not eliminate the fact that there were a crap ton of people buying GameStop, buying shares throughout the day. The issue is, big money needs to eliminate that volume so that the stock falls, creating the illusion that everyone is selling, creating a lot of psychological pressure on day traders and creating uncertainty in others that are looking at the price for a potential buy. Creating uncertainty allows them to match it with their other arm, which is in the corporate media, which has been working around the clock to convince everyone that this was a pump and dump created by meme lord, the Roaring Kitty's return. It is not. Today we fell off cause the volume was pushed aside into OTC markets. Buying pressure was thus eliminated, causing the pressure that we saw going to exchanges and reflecting in the graphs as almost all sell pressure. That created anxiety, people sat out or took profits. This, however, should not matter too much. Those of us that know the truth, retail and the best funds in the world, see ahead of the curve, and know that this changes nothing in the long run. It's a sad thing to witness because many people kinda put GameStop off as a pump and dump without really looking at what's happening. Which is why I am begging you guys to like and comment as much as possible to keep these videos trending and bring awareness of the evidence to as many people as possible. Long-term investors' job is to hold, my job is to inform, and big money is to short. Nothing about this changes that, so don't lose your grip on it. The SEC is purposely blind to this because they are made up by people who used to work in hedge funds and banks. The SEC is complicit in allowing this to happen, which is why I don't even bother in telling you people to report any of this anymore. When the lid really comes off and the rockets take off, they can then argue and complain while I take a sip off my vodka in my Moon Bugatti. Maybe if they cut access to Pornhub at the SEC offices, perhaps they would get off their behinds and get to work, but I guess the clowns at their headquarters just enjoy watching everyone getting screwed, from only thoughts and corn starts to retail holders. GameStop had a huge dip throughout the day, but towards the later hours of the day, we saw the stock bounce really strong, rallying to move past $40 in just a couple of minutes, once again underscoring what I have been telling you guys all along. GameStop can get kicked and dumped all they want by hedge funds, but it's incredibly sensitive to move upwards, much more than it is to be moved downwards. It takes a lot to move GameStop down. I mean, they essentially had to route every single buying order to the OTC market to make it work, but even with all that manipulation, we still managed to pump the stock significantly prior to closing, showing that even that nefarious system has its limits. Yeah, the stock fell in the after hours, but the point still stands. The price is likely to continue dipping down, but as I said yesterday, this is where the battle really begins, at the points where we actually consolidated, not on the levels where we simply moved past without much resistance. This is where we will make our mark and where it will be determined if we will get a gamma squeeze in future weeks. Try to look at the entire situation from afar and not on the daily chart. Think a bit more broadly so you can appreciate the larger picture and the overall play. Please help me share this information and like the video. Drop another comment if you want to. Let's start sharing knowledge with each other. I'll try to make another video for later tonight. If you want to trade that price action to derive and generate money to invest it back into GameStop or any other long-term investment, make sure to check out my Discord. We have day trading channels specifically for that. I will be making another video tomorrow, though I do not know if I will be live streaming, and once again, if you don't mind, please help me keep GameStop and AMC trending and don't forget to drop a like, put another comment if you can, it can be anything, your thoughts on the video or even a suggestion on what you would like me to talk about next. Do not forget to join the Discord, it will be linked in a pinned comment down below and the video description as well. I'll continue to monitor the situation and keep you guys updated if anything interesting comes up. I will see you on the next one and to the moon.